Hey guys, welcome to Live.tv, and as you can see, we're back in the conference room. It's been a while since we've actually shown our face on camera. Usually you see our hands like fiddling around with nonsense stuff, right? Unboxings, reviews.
Recognize your thumbs.
Yeah. Oh, you got jokes. So we are back today just because, we were talking about this morning when we came in, and I just thought it might be a good time to start a discussion, maybe to get your input on smartphones.
Yep, I think the discussion that we had this morning was a simple question. Have we entered or are we in a golden age for flagship smartphones?
Yeah, so what we mean by that is that golden age is that this is the best time if you are a consumer and you're in the market for a flagship smartphone. Because you know what? We've come from an age where there's always been a clear winner. There's been a clear best phone. When someone asks you, when you started working with Live.net, there are going to be people asking you, which phone do I buy?
Yes.
And you always have an answer.
What's the best Android phone?
What's the best Android phone? You'll know instantly. For me, you'll be like, my favorite was the, HTC One S. I love that phone.
HTC One S. At that time was that Galaxy S2 before that as well?
Oh, S2, Galaxy S2, S3 and One X was quite tough though. I liked the One X personally. I think Huawei liked the S3, so it was very divided. And I think we have come to a point where that question is not able to be answered. Definitively, right? Let's give an example. This week alone, we have the launch of the HTC One M8. And the Galaxy, we have the review of the S5 and the launch as well this week.
Let's not forget also the stuff that came out in MWC 2014, which was the Sony Xperia Z2 and the LG G Pro 2. Now we have four legitimately really good Android smartphones. You can't really tell them aside unless you're a fanboy and then you say one the best is still something.
Adding to those four is Nokia, the Nokia Lumia 1020. Solid Windows Phone device. It's great. The camera is great, and it's one of the best.
That's true. And you don't forget as well now that the Windows Phone platform has now finally matured, and you have a proper app ecosystem. You can't really tell them, does it have Instagram? Yes,
finally Instagram. I think Windows Phone is growing. I don't think it has fully matured yet, but it is miles above when it first came out. And it is a genuine contender for the third place ecosystem. I'm really sorry, BlackBerry, but they're the only ones who haven't come up with something substantial. The Z30 was what the Z10 is supposed to be, and the Z10 came out, it wasn't great. The Q10 is okay because of the keypad, but that's about it. BlackBerry has still yet to announce something new and groundbreaking, but
for this year.
This
there
year,
are rumors already.
There are definitely rumors, and it looks good, but I'm not really too sure yet. So let's talk a little bit more about devices.
Yeah, these five devices. There's so little separating them now. You mean you can take a look at their hardware specs? They're all almost the same. Snapdragon 801, top of the range.
Yep. The Snapdragon 801. The Samsung is coming out with the Exynos 8-core one, octa-core one as well.
Exynos 5
something with a lot of numbers, but we also saw how well that did last time with the S4. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. But the thing is, like we were saying earlier on, it's gonna be an entirely new
chip. Yeah, it's an updated Exynos 5 Octa. They're promising it to be a lot better this time, so we'll see it. There will be a octa-core version of the Galaxy S5, but we're not sure when that's coming out.
So the biggest case, so that's what we think. We think we are in a golden age, and it's the best time to buy a phone because you have so much choice. We are returning to a time where the consumer has power, because you know what? Everyone's vying for your attention. Oh, I forgot Apple. The iPhone 5S. The 5S is also great. The camera in numbers isn't great, but you know what? It still takes amazing pictures for some strange reason. Size of the sensor, probably. You don't know. But that was the thing. It's the best time ever to be a consumer.
if I have 2000, 2002,
Yeah.
maybe around the 2000 ringgit range.
Yeah.
And I want to get the best flagship smartphone that I can get.
You're gonna have a tough choice.
Yeah.
I mean, we will do a shootout on net, but this is the issue we have here. Hardware-wise, it's not about the hardware anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at the camera, it's also very complicated now.
Yep.
It used to be a clear winner, yes, Nokia Lumia 1020.
Now
Yeah,
they're throwing in so many things.
It is still the same. It is still the leader in like the best, hands down, best camera.
Yep.
But the alternatives now,
There are people
like, you know,
clawing back up there,
yeah, they're
right?
still really good now. I mean, like you have the Samsung Galaxy S5.
Oppo Find 7. Oppo Find 7 has this mode called Super Zoom. I think we saw it in Beijing. We had very little time with it, so we couldn't test it really well. But when it comes, the Oppo Find 7 has the Super Zoom mode, which can take 50 megapixel pictures. 50 megapixel pictures. Just like how the original PLView took 42 megapixel pictures. 42?
Right, 41.
41? Yeah, somewhere there.
Not the
Upsampling,
same
pixel estimation. I'm not too sure. I mean, you gotta shoot me on this because I'm not too sure of the technology there because my Mandarin was really bad. But it does look pretty awesome. And let's not forget, this is what we forgot, the competition from China. China, before this, it was like a derogatory term, China phone I don't want. You know,
Cheap,
who's gonna buy a China
boring,
phone?
low quality.
But for some reason, you know, Oppo is not an old name.
Yeah, they've been around for a while, but it's
Go
just that I think it's just there's been a shift in the among these Chinese companies that China's a really big market, but now they are going for an even bigger market, which is the global market.
Yep, the world, nothing bigger.
So
than
you see,
that.
Oppo is came out last year, and then you have the other one, Xiaomi.
Yeah, Xiaomi with the what was the high-end phone?
It's called the Mi 3.
The Mi 3, right?
Yeah.
That is breathtaking as well. In Singapore, when the Xiaomi RedMi came out,
Yeah.
it was like
Super cheap,
super cheap.
super cheap, super good.
Yep. Okay, so one of them we forgot. We really forgot about this are the China manufacturers.
Yep.
This phenomenon is really unique to this year because you know what? Back in the day, China manufacturers, China phone, you don't want
Quite a reputation.
You don't
really
want to
bad.
get a China phone. It's cheap. In the old ZEs, the old Huawei's were questionable.
Yeah.
Questionable.
Everyone was they offered was like bottom barrel price
Yeah.
points, so really cheap, and you get an Android for it. But the
Yep.
experience was not great.
Oh.
They lasted very. They don't really
last.
long, you know. So
Except for the Meizu M9, that was quite decent when the
but even
iPhone
then,
5
it
came out.
didn't really come in.
It didn't come
Malaysia.
anywhere.
Yeah.
So it was such a walled off thing.
Yeah, so
the
that's-
great firewall of China just protected everyone from their technology. But like you were saying earlier,
Yeah, that's why. I mean, like there was a shift slowly with these Chinese manufacturers. I mean, the Chinese market is huge. We've got 1 billion, people in China, and the smartphone market is becoming very, very big, but it's also becoming very, very competitive.
damn right.
So that's what they're doing now. They're expanding into an even bigger market, which is the global market. Xiaomi and Oppo, they have moved out of China. They're now moving into international waters. Oppo was at MWC 2014. They didn't sell any phones. They just wanted to show off that, hey, this is our stuff.
We're here.
And we have a really good range of award-winning smartphones, and we want to come to your country.
And dude, it's no joke. Like I was in Beijing for Oppo, the Find 7 launch,
Yep.
and the amount of effort they put in, the event itself could easily rival any one of the big four.
And it's actually quite
Big
surprising
six.
the interest that it's managed to garner in like a short space of time.
Yes, case in point, Xiaomi. In Singapore, they're coming to Malaysia, but in Singapore, when they launched their RedMi,
RedMi.
not the flagship, it sold out
Super cheap.
instantly.
It came out in, I think, 8 minutes, 2 minutes, something.
Done.
Yeah.
Sold out. So the
Soon after, they came out with the Mi 3.
Yeah, Mi 3.
The Mi 3 was
Done.
the flagship smartphone.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, sold out. I know what we're gonna say. Like you don't know how
There were
many
limited
units
units.
were allocated, but still to garner that much press
Yeah.
so that quickly was incredible. So these China phones are also ones to watch, and you see that on top of the
Yeah, you have
6.
4 or
There's
5.
another, and this cements our theory of
Entering the golden age.
golden age.
Yeah.
We are already here.
And this is the most exciting part, because as you see the Chinese manufacturers coming in again, they're coming in with really, really high-end smartphones.
Yep.
But at prices that aren't really that high.
Yeah.
The Oppo N1 was
1817.
1,798. The Xiaomi Mi 3 in Singapore, it was only about 1,200 ringgit when you convert it here. It's crazy. You have a Snapdragon 800 smartphone for 1,200, 1,300.
And the Find 7 is what?
Also a Snapdragon 801. No, that's for the high-end one.
No, so the Find 7, what was the cost again? 1,900. High-end, about 1,900.
Yes, 1,850 when you convert it.
Sub 2,000 ringgit.
Yep.
So even if you're at about 1,800, you don't have to settle for.
And this is why it'll be very interesting as you move forward down the year, like later down in the year when like you have more flagship smartphones coming in.
Yep.
Imagine how much they'll be. Like you might look down the line another year, next year.
We actually thought last year that, you know what, this year will be the year where the phones reach 3,000 bucks. But you know, after seeing all these phones come out and all the news, I think we are at the best time. I'm excited as hell. I'm excited because of the China manufacturers. I never thought a China phone brand would excite me about phones so much. It's not particularly about one phone.
Yep.
It's not particularly about the Xiaomi Mi 3. It's not about the Find 7, even though I really like the Find 7. It's about what it represents. It's about what it does for the industry. Now we have a clear selection between 6 to 8 phones.
Yeah.
If you have X amount of money, you have 6 to 8 phones you can get. I mean, what phone, out of all these 8, let's just say, okay, out of all these 8, we'll think about this. What would you choose?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I also don't know.
If I'm a neutral, and I am, I don't really look for any brands in particular. Sort of.
You're not
everyone's, never mind.
Where's your
If I'm being a neutral, and I'm looking for a flagship Android smartphone, and I have like this amount of money for a flagship Android smartphone, I would have no idea what to get.
I'm very torn.
You know, if like let's just say if we have a specific demand, like I want a good camera. Everyone is a good camera now.
Yep, that's right. This is the one thing I always get. I want a phone no lag, not laggy. All the phones now are not laggy at all.
Yep.
You know, we've tested just about all of them. No lag. You know, they're all 2 to 3 gigabytes of RAM. You know, they're all freaking quick. Snapdragon 800, 801 processors.
Yep.
You know, it's nothing separating them. It's just the gimmicks.
Oh, gimmicks, personal preferences, design, probably.
Okay. This one, which you have read in my review. I mean, you can check it out on net now. We just posted it. That when it came out, this bag, everyone hated it. It was like, oh, bandage. But the moment I held one for the first time, I fell in love with it. Because you know what? This is exactly the bag I want on a smartphone. Not the Z1, not the HTC One, even though I do like the HTC One design, not that. I thought I wanted that until I found this. This is the best rear cover on a smartphone because it just doesn't pick up fingerprints, but obviously, you know, if you've read the review, this is terrible, it's silly, you know, why would you want to scratch this? You know, but that's a matter for a different time. But Pang is right. Despite what you think, I'm also quite neutral. You know, I switch back and forth between Android and Apple very often. I don't have brand loyalty. Whatever excites me, I will go for it. I am leaning to the Find 7 and the S5 at the moment.
Wow.
And the 5S. I wouldn't.
5S?
Yeah, iPhone.
iPhone.
Yes, an iPhone. As my main phone, I own an iPhone 5. But for Android phones, I'm looking very, very excitedly at the Find 7, not 7A, Find 7, and the S5. I haven't tried the One M8. I mean, you tried the One M8. I mean, what are your comments on that phone?
It's a very nice phone.
Thanks.
It's a very nice phone.
Thanks.
I mean, you can't even it sounds so easy to say it. I mean, you look at it, and that really is a work of, you know, when you combine engineering feat and top of the line design.
It's like sometimes, as writers, as journalists, we make things sound better or worse than they actually are. Or we have all the language in the world to describe to you what we think of a phone, but just sometimes like this, we can't.
I agree.
Because you know what? I wanted so bad to hate the One M8. I really did. Because I still do. I hate ultra pixel.
Right.
And
it's
I don't like
one
the size.
part. You know, you're not the only one. So
I don't like the size. Until when I saw it the pictures and when I was listening to Pang tell me about it, it just blew me away because you know what, I thought it was beautiful. But then I realized it's too big, and I think
it's actually just about the same size.
Nah, 5.5, 5.1, you know, come on. It matters. It really matters. And this is why my ideal screen size 2 years ago you asked me was a 1S.
4.3.
Now it's 5.1. This is really I can activate everything with one hand. It's not too bad. If you want a better comparison between all the bigger smartphones at the moment, Android, we have an article on that which compares all the big ones, right? Like
yes,
what
we have the HTC One, M8, Oppo Find 7, Find 7a, Samsung Galaxy S5, Sony Xperia Z2, and of course the LG G Pro 2.
G Pro 2, yeah. So it's a wide array. So if you really want to, we'll include a link in the show notes down on the description, so you can read about this. And I guess, yeah, that's it. We just wanted to just share with you what we talk about in the office. Yeah, we're quite geeky in real life too. So it's pretty much this. I want to find out what you think. What do you think of the situation now with flagship smartphones? Let's not talk about mid-range, let's not talk about low range, let's not talk about tablets, phablets, or whatever.
Let's go for
flagship
very high-end
smartphones. Very high-end, top-of-the-range smartphones. Under 6 inch, right? So
yeah, they're all flagship smartphones.
5.5? 5.6? 5.8?
Wow, 5.5 is the Find 7.
Alright, so let's just go below 6. No One Max, no Notes. Alright, so let's talk about those. What do you think? Do you think we are in this age, the golden age of flagship smartphones? What makes you want to choose one phone over the other? Discounting loyalty. I mean, it's easy to be a fanboy. I mean, I was an Apple fanboy for the longest time until I started this job. Really, until I started this job and I opened my eyes to this, I'm now not. Please leave a message in the comment section below. That's exactly why.
We'll be sure to actually discuss this in the comment section.
Oh sure, definitely. Like we'll even write who discussed. I think I'll post from my personal account. It's easier, right? So yeah. On top of that, I mean, thanks for listening to us talk. I'm sure it was quite boring because it was quite long. Leave us a like. Yeah, that's very important. Like our stuff. If you want, well, you should. Please subscribe to our channel. Why do we subscribe to our channel, Pang?
Because you can get the latest and greatest from our channel.
Wow, you see? He's used to this already. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Also, not just that, if you subscribe, it makes everything so much easier for us. It lets us know that you guys are really enjoying our stuff and it helps us create great videos. So until next time, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Pang.
See you later.